Hi, it's been a while since I have done my last podcast. Just to give my quick background, I'm Avi. I've been in Australia for nearly 18 years. I came here to do my master's degree, built my career, joined the community, and started a life in here. Recently, I've been seeing a lot on social media about the March for Australia rally, and there is a lot of confusion around it. Some people say migrants are suffering because of these rallies, and also heard that some saying cultural diversity is under attack. Even some people are believe that these rallies are targeting all the migrants, and also some uh, think that these rallies are about hate and racism. So let's be clear: this isn't about attacking migrants or any culture. Let's look at what these rallies are really about. But before that, I'm a migrant myself, so I know what it's like to start over in a new country. What I want to do in this podcast is to have a open and honest conversation about these rallies and what they really mean to the many migrants. So, why did people march recently? Over the last 3 years, more than 1.3 million migrants have been moved to Australia, have come to Australia. That's a huge number in a short time. And it's put a lot of pressure on housing, schools, hospitals, and even public transport. So it's really hard for any country to handle that many people in such a short time. The prices will went up, life gets harder, and people feel stressed, and everyday life is affected. So let me give you all a quick good example of how this affects in our daily life. If you're looking to buy a house or rent, it can be really hard because there'll be so much competition and you cannot afford the house even though you have a decent job. The schools are will be like overcrowded, and hospitals have no longer have longer waiting times. It will put pressure on the healthcare system. Sometimes even simple things like seeing a GP can take ages, and public transport and roads cannot handle. It's very simple logic, supply and demand. When more people are looking to buy or rent, obviously the prices will go up, and that's what's happening now. And it's not just housing, healthcare, or public transport. Things like groceries, electricity, and even everyday cost is going up, so making life more expensive. So these are the things people are realizing and noticing now in their everyday life. Some people get confused and think that this is a rally against all the immigrants, which is not at all true. Rally to show the government that immigration can be managed better by bringing in fewer people at a time. Um, Migration, yeah, definitely it brings good things like new skills, more diversity, and help for the economy. But we need to understand that when too many people come too quickly, like 1.3 million people in the last 3 years, it can cause frustration, and the government needs to find a balance and manage how many people are coming in at a time, and that's really what's behind these rallies. Um, I've also seen some extremist group have joined these marches, which is not really good. Their ideology and intentions are different from most of the people who joined in these rallies. So I'm not going to talk about them in this episode. So I completely understand that some migrants might feel a bit upset or offended when they hear about these rallies. Uh, but the fact is that it's not blaming about anyone or attacking any immigrants. It's about having a honest conversation and what happens when so many people arrive so quickly, and how to make migration work for everyone. So there are also other reasons why people joined these rallies. Um, People want to make sure that anyone who comes to Australia is ready to fit in, respect the culture, follow the rules, and live by the values that kept the country working for everyone. From my own experience, we can all do this but you need to be ready for actually, integrate into the Australian society. I have made a conscious effort to learn, adapt, and respect the system. I've done a podcast about the integration before. You guys can go and have a look there. By doing all the above, it doesn't mean that I've forgotten where I come from. I still celebrate my culture in a respectful way, without hurting or disturbing anyone. But I also understand that Australia is now my home, and it's something we must respect. What frustrates many people is seeing some new migrants, not everyone, who come here and try to recreate their home country instead of integrating. So they stick to their own communities, don't make any effort to learn the language or culture, or ignore the rules what others follow, and that's not fair. It also creates tension and makes everyday Australians feel like their country is changing too fast. So these are the real challenges that touch the lives of everyday people. And when these issues build up, the frustration will grow. That's what these rallies are really about, and not about attacking any migrants. So when you hear about these marches, don't think that they are about hate or racism. Think like they are really about people feeling frustrated, worried, and wanting everyone to get along and show respect. Um, I also want to say something to the migrants who don't want to be a part of Australia. Um, that it's important to remember that Australia gave us an opportunity to build a better life. So if you choose to live in here, we should follow the system, respect the culture, and obey the law, and moreover respect the country, and not bring any negatives from other countries. We are living in a modern Australia, and the majority of migrants are fully blended into the Australian culture. With the new migrants, we should try to help them integrate and adjust to the culture. I've seen some politicians generalizing and talking about all the migrants are struggling, having difficult time. So please don't generalize. Focus on supporting those who are willing to integrate. We should aim for a one nation vision where our kids grow up in a country where everyone is treated equally, no matter their color or where they come from. And we should all be proud of our country. So we all have a role to keep a role in keeping Australia united and strong. Instead of focusing on division, we need to focus on what brings us together, and that's how we keep this country working for everyone. And thank you for listening.